Ginny and Georgia Season 4, Netflix release date, trailer breakdown, and shocking plot leaks. Georgia's arrest, Ginny's tear-streaked face, and Austen's quiet stare fill the frame. What happens when every secret finally explodes? Season 3 of Ginny and Georgia left us gasping for air, a mother in handcuffs, a daughter torn between love and betrayal, and a family shattered in a single night. Now, fans everywhere are asking the same question: what's next for the Millers? The final moments of Ginny and Georgia Season 3 didn't just end a chapter, they cracked open a whole new story. Georgia's arrest at her own wedding wasn't just shocking. It was poetic justice and tragedy rolled into one. The entire town of Wellsbury watched as the perfect picture of a suburban mother turned into a scene from a crime thriller. But behind those flashing police lights, there's something much deeper, a lifetime of secrets finally catching up. As Ginny stood frozen, her world collapsed again. After everything she endured, her mother's lies, the tension with Marcus, the struggles of fitting into a new town, this was the one thing she could never prepare for. The bond between mother and daughter, which had just started to heal, might be shattered once more. And Austen? His wide-eyed silence said more than words ever could. His character, often overlooked, might hold more answers than anyone expects in Season 4. The energy in the fandom right now is electric. TikTok edits, Reddit threads, and YouTube breakdowns are filled with wild theories. Did Georgia plan everything? Will Ginny finally move away from Wellsbury? Can the Millers ever rebuild their lives? This emotional chaos is what makes Ginny and Georgia stand out. It's not just about teenage drama or crime. It's about the messy, raw bond between family members who love each other fiercely but keep destroying one another. And that's exactly why everyone's waiting for Season 4, not just to see what happens, but to understand why it happens. Every fan knows that with Georgia, nothing is ever as it seems. One moment she's the hero, the next she's the villain, and that moral gray zone is what keeps audiences coming back. As we dive deeper into what's next, one thing's for sure, the Miller story is far from over. After that jaw-dropping finale, fans everywhere are asking one burning question: when will Season 4 finally arrive? Netflix has been quiet, and that silence is driving everyone crazy. But if history has taught us anything about Ginny and Georgia, it's that the wait is always worth it. Season 1 dropped in early 2021. Season 2 arrived in early 2023. And Season 3 followed in 2024. That pattern hints that Season 4 could premiere sometime in late 2025 or early 2026. Now, here's where things get interesting. Rumors from the production side suggest that the writing team has already been working behind the scenes. Some crew members have even teased new storyboards and early script outlines on social media, subtle hints that Season 4 might already be in development. While Netflix hasn't given an official green light publicly, several insiders say the renewal is practically guaranteed. Thanks to the show's huge global audience, let's not forget the emotional power of the cast. Brienne Howie, Georgia, and Antonia Gentry, Ginny, have expressed their excitement about continuing the story in interviews. Both hinted that unfinished business remains for their characters, and fans immediately took that as a clue that Season 4 is a sure thing. The chemistry and tension between them have become the heart of the show, and Netflix knows that letting this duo go would be a huge mistake. Still, production might face a few hurdles. With large sets, detailed writing, and multiple shooting locations in Canada, filming takes time, and the creators always aim for quality over speed. That's why fans might need to wait a bit longer. But it also means Season 4 will be more polished, darker, and more emotional than ever before. So while the countdown continues, one thing is crystal clear: the Millers will return, and when they do, they'll shake Wellsbury to its core once again. Season 4 of Ginny and Georgia promises to be the storm after the silence, a season where every lie, every secret, and every scar finally collides. After Georgia's shocking arrest, the Millers are standing at the edge of collapse. Georgia, once the unstoppable force of Wellsbury, now faces her greatest enemy yet, her past. This time, there's no clever cover-up, no charming smile to save her. The law has caught up, and the mask she's worn for years begins to crack. But knowing Georgia, she won't go down without a fight. Expect to see her use every bit of her wit and manipulation to protect her children. Even from behind bars, Ginny, on the other hand, stands at a crossroads. Her entire world has been built on her mother's secrets, and now that truth is out in the open, she has to figure out who she is without Georgia's shadow. We might see a stronger, more independent Ginny, one who stops running and starts confronting the pain she's been avoiding. Her relationships with Marcus and her friends could take new directions, shaped by guilt, love, and the fear of becoming just like her mother. The emotional weight of her choices will define her growth in this new season. Meanwhile, young Austen's story might become the biggest twist of all. He's seen more than anyone realizes. The way he slipped that mysterious note into Georgia's pocket in the finale wasn't random. It hinted that he knows something deeper about the events leading to her arrest. Season 4 could finally give him the spotlight, revealing how much this quiet, observant boy has understood about the darkness surrounding his family. Beyond the Millers, Wellsbury will change too. The town's perfect image is shattered, and the people who once smiled at Georgia will now whisper behind her back. Expect new alliances, betrayals, and a deeper dive into the politics of small-town life. Every character, from Mayor Paul to Joe, will be forced to pick a side. Because in Wellsbury, no one stays innocent for long. As anticipation builds, all eyes are on the cast of Ginny and Georgia, the heartbeat of the series. Fans are eager to see Brianne Howie return as the complex, unpredictable Georgia Miller. Her performance has always walked the fine line between love and manipulation, turning every smile into a secret and every tear into a weapon. Antonia Gentry, as Ginny, brings the raw emotional depth that makes every scene feel painfully real. Together, their mother-daughter dynamic is the show's soul, fiery. Broken but unshakably human, other fan favorites are expected to return too. Diesel La Tarraca as Austen, now older and more aware, might play a much bigger role. Felix Mallard as Marcus could bring more emotional conflict, while Sarah Weisglass's Maxine might face her own lessons about friendship and forgiveness. There are also whispers of new faces joining the cast, possibly characters tied to Georgia's hidden past or someone from her long list of enemies. These additions could flip the story in unexpected directions, adding more tension and mystery to the already tangled web of Wellsbury. As for the trailer, that's where the excitement truly begins. When Netflix finally drops those few minutes of carefully cut chaos, expect to see flashes of courtroom drama, tense family reunions, and emotional breakdowns. The tone will likely be darker, the stakes higher, and the soundtrack even more haunting than before. Every frame will remind fans that Ginny and Georgia isn't just a small-town drama. It's a story about survival, identity, and the blurred line between right and wrong. As the countdown to Season 4 continues, fans are holding on to one promise. This next chapter will break hearts, rebuild hope, and remind us that even in chaos, family is everything. Because in Wellsbury, secrets don't stay buried forever, and neither do second chances.